Hello, Nigerians. In recent days, many of us have seen alarming headlines suggesting that the federal government has introduced VAT, value-added tax on banking services, including transfers, fees, and commissions. Naturally, this has caused concern, especially at a time when many households are already under economic pressure. But today, let's pause and set the record straight. The truth is simple. VAT on banking services is not new at all. It was not introduced by the Nigeria Tax Act 2025, and it does not mean that Nigerians will now pay extra tax on their money. For decades, Nigeria's VAT system has applied to service charges, including fees and commissions charged by banks and other financial institutions. What has changed is not the law, but enforcement and compliance. There's also been widespread misinformation suggesting that VAT is charged on the actual money people transfer. This is completely false. VAT is not and has never been charged on the amount you transfer or withdraw. If you send, for example, 10 million naira or 1 million naira, VAT is not deducted from that money. Instead, VAT applies only to the small service charge the bank collects for processing the transaction. That distinction is very important and it must be clearly understood. It's also important to clarify what remains fully exempt. Interest earned on savings account and fixed deposits is not taxable under VAT because it is not considered a supply of goods or services. In addition, the Nigeria Tax Act 2025 continues to exempt or zero rate most essential goods and services, which includes basic medical and pharmaceutical products, food, education, house rent, etc. These protections were deliberately preserved to protect ordinary Nigerians. So, why the sudden public anxiety? Because financial institutions are now being reminded to remit VAT that has always existed and has already been charged. This renewed enforcement has created the false impression of a new tax when in reality it is simply the implementation of an existing obligation. The recent letter from the NRS, Nigeria Revenue Service, is to remind the general taxpayers, including the financial institutions, of their obligation under the law to avoid non-compliance and its consequences. Tax reforms can be sensitive, mind you, especially in difficult economic times, but fact must always come before fear. The Nigeria Revenue Service has made it clear from the get-go the Nigeria Tax Act 2025 does not introduce new VAT burdens on ordinary Nigerians, particularly in areas like savings, food, healthcare, and education, like I mentioned earlier. As citizens, we deserve honest explanations, not alarmist headlines. The real conversation is not about fearing taxation, but about ensuring transparency, fairness, and accountability in how taxes are administered and used for national development. Thank you very much.